Hello, fourth graders. Welcome to Chapter 9 review. Let's start by looking at some basic fractions and decimal fractions. On top I have 5/10, which is equivalent to 5/10 as a decimal. As a decimal, you would place the 5 immediately to the right of the decimal point because that place value position is called tenths. Then we have 5/100ths, which the 5 would belong in a different place value position. You would put a 0 in the tenths, which is immediately to the right of the decimal point, and you would place the 5 in the hundredths spot. When comparing and ordering decimals, here are a few tips. Here we're comparing 66/100ths and 7/10ths. It's hard for some students to look at 7/10ths and truly know the value when compared to something in the hundredths. All you need to do here is change the 7/10ths to its equivalent 70/100ths. And if it is still hard to look at this as a decimal, you can think of it as its regular fraction form. And 70/100ths is greater than, so 66/100ths is less than 70/100ths, just as 66/100ths is less than 7/10ths. Okay, so we will place this in order from least to greatest. Again, some students get confused looking at the decimal. A tip for you would be to look at how many digits are after the decimal place. If you see some, sorry about that, so if you see some of the numbers with only a single digit on the right side of the decimal, you can change that so that they all have a digit in the hundredths place. So now I'm looking at these as all having digits in the hundredths place, and I did not change the value. 1 5/10ths is equivalent to 1 50/100ths. 15/100ths and 15/100ths remain the same. 2/10ths changed to 20/100ths, which is equivalent, and 2/100ths is still 2/100ths. If it is still hard for you to compare these, you can change these to fractions and mixed numbers. 1 5/10ths or 50/100ths becomes 1 50/100ths. 15/100ths, 20/100ths, oops, don't know why I did that, and 2/100ths. A little easier to compare. The least, 2/100ths, oops, write it in its original form. The next would be 15/100ths. Next would be 2/10ths. And finally, 1 5/10ths. And that is the answer. Okay, here is a pile of money. express the total of this money as a decimal, a mixed number, and in dollars and cents notation. So you are going to express this value in 3 different ways. That'll be a homework assignment. Okay, here is another homework assignment. A recipe calls for 3/100 kilogram of applesauce and 6/10 kilogram of brown sugar. If Kate measures correctly and combines the 2 amounts, how much applesauce and brown sugar will she... If Kate measures correctly and combines the 2 amounts, how much applesauce and brown sugar will she have in all? Explain your thinking, then write your answer as a decimal. And finally, last assignment. After selling lemonade and brownies at their lemonade stand, Nick and Sebastian had 3 $1 bills, 10 quarters, and 4 dimes. What is the total amount of money that Nick and Sebastian earned? Sebastian said that he and Nick cannot get equal amounts of money because 3 $1 bills cannot be divided evenly. Do you agree with Sebastian? Explain. And all of those are related to one another, so think carefully. This is a great review for the test. All right. I will see you later.